So Sam, just about a week out now from European Championships. How are you seeing the team come together as a group now as you look forward towards going to Poland?
Yeah, I think obviously we've been training now for coming up to 2 years as a team. As I said in the announcement we made, we selected the 22 a few months ago. I think we've got a really good blend of young players, but have got experience playing in a European Championships or a World Championship at a junior level, but also some guys that have now got experience playing in senior. So there's a really good blend of, in terms of experience, but also, we're really blessed. I think we've got a really good blend, both lefty, righties, good mix there from an offensive point of view, and our goalie's really happy with those, and our defence really happy with those. So yeah, they've come together really well over the last 2 years, but more so over the last year we've been really coming together as a team.
And being together over that last year, training regularly, being together as a squad, is that one of your strengths going into this tournament?
Definitely. I think it's always been our strength in Europe specifically. We're kind of blessed that we've got the ability to train together on a more regular basis. So we have a camp every month, but we also play with each other at GB level or at club level. So a lot of the guys have grown up with each other as well. So they've got a lot of understanding about each other's games, which is obviously a strength of ours.
Is that what's important that you say about the older guys and the younger guys being able to gel together and sort of becoming familiar with each other, knowing each other's games and knowing each other on and off the field? Yeah,
I think talent. We're a team. I think talent is only going to get us so far. I think the togetherness that we need as a team is going to be hopefully play a massive factor in how successful we may be in the Euros in a week's time. I think for us that's definitely something that we play on as a coaching staff. Trying to build those relationships, having players having conversations with each other as well, sort of understanding each other's games if they're not fully understanding of where they're going to go in a certain situation or scenario. And it's really nice to see those conversations taking place amongst the team.
It's been almost 9 years since a full European Championship that you were a player in that team back then. What do you think? What are you expecting from that tournament now as a coach?
I think, looking at some of the rosters that have been announced over the last few weeks, it's going to be a really tough tournament. Obviously, with it being a World Cup qualifying event, I know 7 teams going from this European Championships from the 24, I think there are now. There's a lot of teams now that are, got a lot of heritage players. That's going to be a challenge for us, but I think as I mentioned before, I think hopefully one of our strengths will be our togetherness, our ability to train with each other on a more regular basis and more of an understanding, and more so as a coaching staff as well, more chance to plan for scenarios. We've, as a coaching staff, been sat down talking about different scenarios, different things we may or may not see, and practicing those and getting those into the practice plan, making sure the players are prepared for essentially anything that we hopefully might see. So can't practice for everything, but I think we've kind of touched the main areas that we wanted to focus on pre-tournament. I think obviously there's going to be big challenges with some of the other teams in the tournament. Look at the top 8 from the World Cup. There's quite a few European teams in there, so I think for sure will be probably the toughest tournament we've ever played in as an England team.
And as always, any Euros or Worlds is a tough physical and mental task for anyone. The sort of amount of games in that time frame. Is that something that you'll have to build in as well? Sort of getting to get up to speed in that sort of first week, and then looking to peak towards the back end when it really matters.
Yeah, we talked about that as a strategy coming into the group stages. Now, I don't think we're in a particularly easy group. I think all the group stage games are going to be tough, so I don't think we're going to be able to sort of relax and just sort of coast through, but I think certainly we need to be mindful of quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals if we get there, and maintaining players' energy levels, and hopefully got a really good physiotherapy team, really good S&C team that's coming with us, so they're going to help with recovery and recovery protocol. So hopefully we got a really good plan around that. So we want to be peaking on July 19th, not on July 11th.
So you're confident going in with this group to this tournament that you're ready to be a part of that final game, the gold medal match?
Yeah, I think we've got a really good group of players. I'm really confident about the guys that we've selected, in terms of, if we get to that gold medal, great. I think the expectation on England is at European level is to get to that gold medal. Obviously, we've won the European Championships, I don't know how many times, a lot. We're the current number 1 ranked team in Europe. I think the expectation's high on us. I think for us, speak to the players about complacency a lot. I speak to the players about not resting or resting on that number 1 ranking coming into this tournament. We've got to go into every game the same way, focus on the process, not the outcome. I think that's, hopefully the guys understand that now, and that's the way that we'll take every single game. And if we want to be in that gold medal game, of course we do. But there are some strong teams in this tournament, and we want to make sure that we get there. But it could be a big challenge for us.